You know, what we're looking at here is so much more than just a book. In a way, it's a time machine. It's a tool, meticulously crafted, designed to bridge that massive 2,000-year gap between our world and the world of the ancient Greeks.
And that brings up a really fundamental question, right? Language is, well, it's alive. Words shift, they evolve, they pick up new baggage and meanings over the centuries. A word we toss around casually today might have meant something completely different 2,000 years ago. So how can we be sure we're actually understanding what an ancient author intended to say?
To solve a puzzle that complex, you're going to need more than just a simple translation. You need a special kind of tool, something like a scholar's master key, designed to unlock the absolute deepest layers of meaning.
And here it is. This is that master key we're talking about, a Greek-English lexicon of the New Testament. Now, this isn't a book you just read from cover to cover. Oh no. Think of it more like a precision instrument, one that was forged over decades by incredibly dedicated scholars, all to give us access to the New Testament as it was first written.
So what exactly is a lexicon? Well, it is so much more than a dictionary. A dictionary gives you a definition. A lexicon? It gives you a biography. Seriously? It tracks a word's birth, its family tree, all the places it traveled, and every single job it ever had. It's the complete historical profile of a word.
And that difference is absolutely crucial. A dictionary is great for a quick answer, you know? It gives you a word's current definition. But a lexicon is for deep, genuine understanding. It tells you everything a word has ever meant, giving you that rich historical context you need to truly interpret ancient texts.
Now, a tool this powerful doesn't just appear out of thin air. It has its own history, a story of incredible dedication and scholarship that spans well over a century. It's quite a journey. This quote right here, it's from the preface, and it's talking about the original author, Professor C.L. Willibald Grimm over in Germany. More than 7 years. Just let that sink in for a second. 7 years of meticulous, painstaking work just to lay the foundation for this monumental project.
But the journey didn't stop there. The work was then brought into the English-speaking world by Joseph Henry Thayer. And listen, he didn't just translate it. The title page says it all. He revised and enlarged it. He dedicated his own years of his life to adapting and building upon Grimm's incredible foundation.
Let's just trace that journey for a moment. It all starts in Germany, way back in 1862. Then it crosses the Atlantic, appears in English in 1879. By 1901, it's already in its 4th edition, a total standard in the field. And today, that same scholarly DNA is accessible to literally anyone with an internet connection. What a ride!
Okay, so that's the incredible history behind the book. But what is it about the inside of this thing that makes it so powerful? Let's crack it open and put this tool to the test.
And this is where you can see the sheer rigor involved. Every single definition isn't just an opinion. It's built on this vast foundation of ancient authors and source text. It shows you exactly where the meanings come from, citing a whole library of historical documents to back it all up.
So let's take a quick tour of how it's all put together. You've got the preface, which tells the story of how it was made. Then you have the lists of authors and books. Those are all the sources. There's a user guide with explanations and abbreviations. Then, the heart of it all, the lexicon itself, covering the entire Greek alphabet. And finally, an appendix with even more context. It's a meticulously organized tool designed for serious study.
But you know, the story of this incredible resource doesn't end in 1901, bound in leather on some dusty library shelf. Nope, its journey was really just getting started.
And this is where the story takes a really cool, modern turn. Organizations like the Christian Classics Ethereal Library, or CCEL, have basically become the modern custodians of this legacy. They've taken this 19th century masterpiece and rocketed it right into the 21st century.
Their mission is just so simple but so powerful. It's not about keeping this knowledge locked away in an ivory tower, it's about sharing it with everyone. And it's this mission that explains why a resource created over 140 years ago is actually more accessible today than it has ever been.
And that's the real takeaway here. What was once a rare, expensive tool, really only available to a handful of scholars at elite universities, is now available to anyone, anywhere in the world, for free. It's this profound democratization of knowledge, all thanks to decades of scholarly work and the power of digital preservation. It's just amazing.
It really leaves you wondering, doesn't it? We've just looked at this one incredible key that unlocks a specific window to our past.
but it makes you think about all the other knowledge out there and all the dedicated people, past and present, who are working to preserve it. What other keys are just waiting for us to find and use?